Hello, I'm Dr. Gloria Horsley.
And I'm her daughter, Dr. Heidi Horsley.
Heidi and I want to welcome you to Open to Hope Conversations, the podcast.
We believe that the greatest gift you can give yourself after a loss is hope, using this moment to connect with others who have not only survived but thrived.
So let's get started. Welcome to our Let's Connect Facebook Live, brought to you by the Open to Hope Foundation, with my daughter, Dr. Heidi Horsley, and with our fabulous friend, Alan Pedersen. Give it to us, Alan.
Howdy, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be anywhere.
Exactly. Oh, man, we thought it would be a wonderful idea to get together with you, with our friends, and out there in the cyber world, but also Alan and Heidi and I love to get together with that good feeling that we have of people who have had suffered a loss and come through it and are now caught in this other crazy world of this coronavirus with all of you and with the whole world, not just with our briefed world. So today we thought we could connect, maybe give some thoughts, and Alan's gonna give us some music. And one of the things that we want to stress here today to all of you is Alan and Heidi and I believe firmly that this is a time to create, to get your creative juices going and to try to think of some things that you can do.
I think it's extremely stressful. And I'm going to say, I think it's normal right now for people to have anxiety and stress.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are living in uncertain times. And for all of you out there, we've all had losses. And, you know, we're already often in a place of anxiety. And this just brings up a lot of issues. And it also is a trigger for some people. I mean, if you've had children and siblings and grandchildren die, or, you know, spouses of illnesses, etc., you know, having a virus with, at this point, really, you know, no known cure, it can be very stressful and anxiety provoking for people that have had loss.
Yeah, and I was saying to Heidi today, I know somebody recently had a loss in our town. I live in Palo Alto, California, and a little kid was killed in an accident only 10 days ago. And the impact of trying to deal with that kind of a loss, along with this lack of social support, some of our major organizations that get together with people have closed, and are trying to do it online, but it's hard not to get those hugs. I needed those hugs and people coming in and being together and joining. So I think it's important. One of the things we can do is this cyber kind of hugs that we're doing right now. Right, Heidi?
Absolutely. I think the more you can FaceTime people, do Zoom calls with people, do any of this, the better. I mean, yesterday I went on my mom and I took an online yoga class that my sister set up because she owns a yoga studio. And then we did a family Zoom call with the whole family, my sisters, their kids, my parents. It was great. So just having the FaceTime, I think, is really important right now.
I think it's important for us we get caught up in this thing and then we're like, whoa, I didn't think about my child, or I didn't think about my spouse, or, you know, the loss I've had. Why am I feeling, you know, so low? And I think one of the things that you can think about now, it might be a time to dedicate a time to spend some time with the person you've lost with, and with lighting a candle or music or putting out a rose or talking to it. You know, there's something, a therapist once told me that if you had 3 friends that you could talk to about something, that you wouldn't need a therapist. And I think that there's something to be said about that. For me, if I'm stressed about Scott's death or my mother's death or my sibling's death not too long ago, I will call people that I know that knew them and try to get 3 people. I deliberately try to talk to 3 people when I've had that kind of loss. So that might be something you could think of so that you can compartmentalize a little bit the coronavirus, but then don't forget my other loss.
If you do feel like your anxiety is overwhelming and too much, I mean, right now, my entire practice is online. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's therapists out there that we're going virtual now. So there's a lot of support, and you don't have to leave your house if you feel like it's unmanageable.
I think this is a great time to watch the Cooking Network channels and get all these really great recipes that you can make. uncertainty, everyone handles it so differently. And it's, people are uncertain and scared, but there's opportunity in everything. And what I noticed today, I had to go out and run a couple of things, is it's kind of like a ghost town. And there's nobody really moving around, but it gives us an opportunity to slow down and think and feel and realize how busy we are.
Right.
So I think there are benefits that we don't want to see in our lives changing like this. But I think, like Gloria said, if you sit down, maybe you can take the time to do some of the things now that you don't get to when you're on that rigorous schedule all the time. But it's definitely interesting to see how people respond to crisis. And I agree that this online, having this online world for people to connect is just miraculous. I think it'll do a lot of good right now.
You know, Heidi was talking a little bit earlier before the show about tempers flaring right now. And, you know, you have to watch out for that.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I was not going to wrestle that woman for a dozen eggs. I just decided not to be the better person.
Humor is good. It might be a time to, I was telling my husband I wanted to watch all the reruns of The Office, because that's the show that I thought was really funny. So it might be time to watch some reruns.
You know, honestly, in my life, and I look back now, humor is what got me through any difficult situation. And as crazy as it sounds, you know, I woke up today, the certainty that I know I'm not going to be out on tour and doing all the things that I do lets me at least plan what I'm going to do now. And I look around at all the other people affected in so many ways. I'm not in this by myself, but I try to find the humor in it. You know, over at the pizza place the other night, I told the guy I wanted a Purell and pepperoni pizza. He thought that was kind of funny. So, you know, I made him laugh.
As long as we don't laugh at the way people are responding, because, you know, there tends to be some judgment around, you know, if everybody's not responding the way that I am, then there's something wrong. And it's normal for people to feel some anxiety about the unknown and some uncertainty. And, you know, as long as it doesn't, if it gets, like I said, if it gets so big that you can no longer function, the anxiety, then I think you need to reach out to people like me and get some support.
Yeah, it's hard to normalize what you've never seen or been through.
Yeah.
And so in my lifetime, and I lived in Colorado for many years where we had blizzards, and I've seen, you know, milk and bread get run low. I've never seen like I did here twice now, where entire rows, shelves, all the way from one end to the other, there's not an item on them. So, and I feel for people too, because, you know, even with people that panic buy, so to speak, but sometimes I think they go in there and they see somebody panic buying, and then they're like, well, maybe they know something I don't know.
Exactly.
And maybe I should be doing more, or I'm supposed to take care of my family. You know, at what level does that happen? But hopefully it'll smooth itself out. And we all, you know, we're going to get through this. We've gotten through a lot of hard things in our life, in grief and in life in general, and as a country and as a world. And, you know, you got to speak positive to it as well.
Well, you know, I also believe that everyone who is watching this, people will know what to do when something comes up to them. You're stronger than you think you are. I really think bereaved people are very strong, very resilient. You'll know what to do. Trust yourself. Ellen, tell us about your music and let's go for it.
Well, I just thought it's about as topical as I could make it. You don't get to play those very often, because by the time you write them, you know, and they come out, that topic's not there anymore. So, ready? Here we go. Just Breathe would be the title. But here we go. Ready?
I like it.
Well, let's just take a moment to reassess our lives. We're out of toilet paper, milk and bread, and baby wipes. They tell us not to gather in a fun and social place. And if we see each other, we must give a little space. 'Cause I don't want your droplets, and you sure don't want mine. And I've been known to drool, you know, with and without wine. So we'll just play it safe and sound. No squeeze, no touch, no hug. We'll send each other cyber hugs so we don't get this bug. But there's no need to panic, so put your mind at ease and just breathe, but not on me. Yeah, there's no need to panic, so put your mind at ease and just breathe, but not on me. And if you sneeze, you'll have to leave. There's our topical song of the week, Just Breathe. If anyone out there got a little chuckle out of that, you know what? That's a beautiful thing. But I love creating it. It is the most freeing, a wonderful thing. And I say to people, my last word is, you know what? Hang in there. And get off that TV, like you said. I haven't watched it all day. Get off that. Take this as a gift to you to take care of yourself and re-examine how you take care of yourself. And we'll get through it. I believe in God, and I believe that there's a whole lot more out there than we know. So let's pray together. Let's be together. And let's love one another. And I think we'll get through this.
Make sure you connect with those people that you love and love yourself.
And stop hoarding toilet paper.
And just breathe.
Breathe.
Breathe. And thanks everybody for watching. God bless you. Lean on our hope.
I'm Dr. Heidi Horsley. You have been listening to Open to Hope, the podcast. You can follow Open to Hope on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. To learn more, visit us at opentohope.com and go to Apple Podcasts to subscribe.
I'm Dr. Gloria Horsley. Join us again next week for another Open to Hope conversation, where we invite you to lean on our hope until you find your own.